Hey guys, what's up? It's Heath here with 4's podcast, coming at you with another Can Teeth Break 80 video, Father's Day edition. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Hopefully you guys were able to get your golf rounds in this weekend and enjoy the day for dads only. Today I'm playing at Dragonfly Golf Club, where I broke 80 last time. Today it'll be a little different. It'll be in the high 90s, 98 will be the top, and hopefully it won't be too difficult of a day to hit, but I'll be really nice and loose and really hoping to go low today. So hopefully you guys enjoy, stay fly, and go low. Hole 1 starting off here with a par 4, 408-yard dog leg left with a hard dog leg, honestly, and really interesting hole here. You don't want to overshoot it. You end up in that gully, and you want to kind of cut the corner here like I end up trying to do on my tee shot here with the driver. Smash the tee shot. I thought, honestly, I overhit it a little bit because I didn't cut it enough. Fortunately, though, I ended up right in the fairway, which set me up perfectly with about 132 yards out. I believe I go with a pitching wedge here. Wind was a little bit in my face, and I end up being about 15 to 20 so yards short, give me a very long birdie putt. But still, I'm on the green in 2, give myself a birdie opportunity. That's all you can ask for. As I put the putt up, and fortunately it is a little bit short, more than I would like, not as easy as a save. Not something you would like after reaching the green in 2, but it is what it is, and fortunately I am able to drain it for a par on the first hole. Even after 1, exactly what you want to do, if not birdie to start it. Second hole, we got par 5, 494 yards. Left is all covered in bunkers. Right is OB. You want to stay away from both of those. If anything, the left side, but still, it's not pretty. It's not an easy shot, as I end up blocking my tee shot and pushing it way out to the right there. And I end up going OB, which sucks because I smashed my drive, but now I'm on my third shot here with about 183 yards in, and I end up being a little bit short, chunk my shot just a tad, putting me in the bunker about 32 yards out, and my main goal was to get out of the bunker. As you see, a terrible job of the tracer right there, puts me just short of the green, probably about 17 or so yards out. Now I am just scrambling for a bogey at this point here. Decent chip, does break a little right to left, giving me another little tester, this time from about 9 or so feet for bogey. Definitely not something you want to start out with. Fortunately, though, I'm able to drain this putt for bogey, giving myself 1 over after 2. Coming up here, par 3, 142 yards. Do not want to be short, or you will be really low. You'll have a tough bunker shot, so you definitely want to get up on that green as best as possible. As I go again with the pitching wedge here, aiming right at the flagstick. Unfortunately, though, I end up pretty dang short, maybe about 18 or so yards short, giving me probably about a 55, 60 foot putt here, though. While putting this, I honestly thought I had a chance to go, and I was very pumped with how well my lag putt was here, as I'm able to tap in for a par. Those ones usually scar me. The last time I played there, I actually got a double bogey there. So coming on a short par 4 here, 331 yards, you want to try and go over the trees, or you want to hit right of that fairway to set you up for a nice second shot. Though I topped the crap out of my drive. As you see the dust right there setting in the distance. Fortunately, I was able to get a decent little roll, putting myself about 176 yards in. Not impossible to get it on the green here, but gives me a difficult look in, as I end up being a little bit short of the green, giving myself a long 28 yards or so chip here. And I've been struggling with getting spin off my chips, but this time I have no struggle at all, and I end up leaving it about 3 to 5 yards short for a very difficult tester for par, at least on my end here. A difficult putt, because I'm still working on my putt with my new Phantom X. As I miss it to the right, give myself a bogey, and just like that, I am 2 over through 4. Coming up here, a par 3, 155 yards. You do not want to hit left on the bunker. That is a very difficult shot, especially now with today's pin location is in the back. Gonna make it very difficult. You want to miss right, if anything, here, and I pull my shot right into the bunker, right where I said you do not want to miss. And this one was pretty much plugged, so nice little fry egg there for you. As you see my shot here, I am able to get it out, but I smash it and don't even stay on the green, as I'm now on the top of the green chipping down. And I had spin last hole, but on this one, for whatever reason, the exact opposite. I get none at all, and it just rolls way past the camera, setting up for a difficult bogey putt uphill, as about 12 feet or so as I push it left, or it breaks right to left, and I miss it. Double bogey, bogey, double bogey puts me at +4 on the round. This hole, par 5, 502 yards. You want to go right. You do not want to miss left. Even if you hit it really well left, there's a good chance that you might overhit it into that water. And that's the one thing that you definitely want to avoid, because the amount of balls that I have lost going left is kind of ridiculous, as I have a perfect, picture perfect drive here, just right of that fairway bunker. Puts me about 172 yards or so to the green, and I chunk my approach shot again. For whatever reason, irons have not been my friend here, as I come short on this par 5, going for it in 2. Give myself a 20-yard chip up the hill here, and I almost hold this thing out. Oh, man, almost make that. Give myself about 4 to 5 feet downhill for a birdie, and I told myself I was going to make this, and I did, which was huge, especially coming off that double bogey. Now we're coming up to the par 4, 367 yards, slight dog leg left. Absolutely love this hole. Have had a lot of success here. Last round I played, I actually got a birdie on this hole. Front pin location just to the right of where that current one was, and my drive ends up hooking a little bit, but actually spun a ton and went past the little cart path, which was huge, giving about a 48-yard chip or so, as I want to make sure that this chip stays up top and doesn't roll all the way to the bottom tier, and fortunately it just barely sits at the very top, which I got really lucky, because I actually finally got some spin on a pitch shot as I'm attempting the birdie, and great little putt here. Not able to put it in for a back-to-back birdie, but I do par the hole, and I will take that any day of the week here. As we move on to the 8th hole, par 4, 337 yards, completely littered with bunkers, as you see here. That one right in the middle, right in front of the green, is usually right around where my drives will end up. As I take out the driver, I don't care if I end up hitting it into that bunker. No fear, no pain, no gain. Beautiful day again, not too much wind, as I smash my drive right down the middle of the fairway, just right of the bunker, which honestly sets me up perfectly for my second shot. And I'm really hoping at this point to chip it onto the green, put myself for a good position for a birdie as I chunk my approach shot. And great shot tracer there. This one really struggled with me. I wasn't able to get it on point, but I ended up chunking it way short to the right and putting me in honestly a very difficult position, as I got to chip it uphill to a tight pin location, very little green to work with. But fortunately, I put myself within about 6 feet or so for a par putt, and as luck may have it, I'm able to drain it. So I'm able to walk away with par there, even though it kind of frustrated me a little bit that I didn't get birdie. Come up to the 9th hole, par 4, 387 yards. You can either go left for the fairway, or you can go right at a tighter fairway. It just depends on which way you want to go. Traditionally, I usually aim right down the middle, because if I hook it, it goes left into the left fairway. If I go right, it goes right in the right fairway. But on this one, it ends up duck hooking right into the fairway bunker, which is probably the first fairway bunker I've had in a while. 167 yards out. Wasn't really sure how to expect this shot to go, as I end up yanking it just like my previous video, putting me short-sided on the left side of the green here, as for whatever reason I tried to chip this over a bunker directly at the flag, which I should have gone left of the flag to avoid that. And I, again, just like the previous video, chip it over the green. Now I'm chipping back for par here, probably about 7 or 8 yards out, and I almost hold this one. As you see my reaction, I really wanted that one, because that would have given me a nice little par to end 3 over on the front 9. Unfortunately though, I wasn't able to put it in, but I do hit the bogey putt to give me a 4 over after 9 holes. Coming up on the par 4, 338 yards. Driving range on the left. You do not want to miss it left. You're never going to find your ball. You want to hit it right, just right of that bunker if possible, even though it's a blind tee shot covered by trees. Fortunately, with this drive, it goes a little bit of a fade unintentionally, but it sets me up perfectly for my second approach shot to the green, at about 47 or so yards away here, as this one is pin seeking right at the hole. I can't really see where it ends up, but I get up there and I'm extremely stoked. About 3 feet away for birdie. I don't even take a practice swing, and I drain the birdie putt to get me now back to 3 over on the day. Par 4, 380 yards. This one always gets me. There's a huge tree on the right that if you can cover it, you're good, but it's about 100 yards away, and if you're not able to get your ball up, you're going to hit that. If you go left, you're going to put yourself about 200 yards out. I end up going with a 3-wood, trying to clear the trees, and I do, just barely. Might not look like I just barely covered the trees, but I really did. And I put myself probably about 110 so yards down using my 58-degree wedge. Should have probably went 54 here. Very hard ground that I hit off of, and I get really lucky. Even though it doesn't go on the green, it's just to the right of the bunker. So I'm having a chip uphill, and honestly put one of the best chips of the day out here. 23 yards out, awkward angle, ball below my feet, and just like that, I am able to convert for my par. One of the other holes that usually gets the best of me, I got the best of it here. Coming up now at a par 3, 152 yards. Usually you have the wind in your face, so you got to club up, and that's what I had to do today, as I believe I pull out a 9-iron just in case. Hit it pretty flush, and honestly this one's tracking right at the hole, and it looks from where I am standing like I'm about 4 to 5 feet away. Absolutely love this tee shot, and then I get up there and I'm about 6 yards or so short of the hole, though going uphill, a little left to right. Didn't break as much as I expected there, but I'm able to put it in for a par. Back-to-back pars after a birdie to start the back 9. Cannot be mad about that start. Now we're coming up at par 5, 486 yards. You want to cover the trees here, and usually you can. It's about 260 or so, and if you do cover those trees, you put yourself at a perfect spot to reach the green in 2. So that is exactly my goal right here, as I am aiming just left of the trees there to set myself up for a nice second shot, but I end up hooking it a little bit. Fortunately, though, I do put myself in the fairway, so it's not as bad of a shot as I thought it was from standing right there. Put me about 210 in. I go with my 4-iron, and I end up smashing the crap out of it here. I did not think it was going to go over, but fortunately for me, it did, right into the water. And so now I'm shooting for 4, chipping for 4, should I say, trying to scramble for par here, as I was trying to go for it and get an eagle. Honestly, a great chip on my end. I'm really stoked about this, and giving myself a decent opportunity to convert a nice up and down, especially after that water shot. And fortunately, I parred this hole. I wish I would have walked out with a birdie or an eagle at best, but did not expect that. Now coming up to a par 4, 358 yards, you want to go left over that bunker. That sets you up perfectly. You do not want to go right. There's a lot of OB on the right, a lot of areas where you cannot find your golf ball. And for back-to-back holes, I end up losing my golf ball. I went exactly where I said you're not supposed to go. I smashed it right. I pushed my drive, was not able to find my ball. Now I'm on my third shot, 107 yards out. I am able to clear the bunker, and I honestly put a good shot on this. It ends up maybe about 4 yards short of the hole, but then spun back about 4 more yards, giving me about a 30-foot par putt, which, when it comes to me, I'm very rarely going to make these, as I do lag it up there pretty close and give myself an opportunity for a bogey putt, which I'm able to do, and just like that, I'm back to even on the back 9. Coming up to a par 4, 357 yards. You do not want to miss left. You got water on the left, though it is a dogleg right, so it is a very difficult shot because there also is OB on the right as well. So you got to be very, very smart about where you put this shot. I end up saying, screw it. I just bogeyed the last hole, lost my last 2 balls in the last 2 holes. I'm going with a 3-wood and end up striping this thing right down the middle of the fairway, perfectly putting me within about 100 or so yards to the second shot. Maybe about 110. I might be pushing it, but again, I should have aimed left of the hole here, because I end up hitting it in the one spot that you do not want to hit on the whole course besides hazards. And the reason why is this bunker that is the worst bunker I've ever seen in my life. It had weeds, it had grass, it had the hardest sand ever, so I had to just hit it as hard as I can, and it just hit the top lip and came right back down, but placed itself right on top of one of the pieces of grass. And I get up there really quickly and say, screw it, I'm just gonna hit it. And I do not know how I was able to get this ball out, but I did give myself a bogey opportunity. Unfortunately, my GoPro did not pick this up, and I double bogeyed two putted for double bogey. I apologize for that, but it is what it is. Moving on to par 4, 147 yards. You do not want to miss left. Obviously, your ball will easily trickle off, as this pin placement was actually pretty decent, and for whatever reason, I did go for the pin, and I did hit this one extremely well. Again, this one from right here looked like it was like 3 to 4 feet away, but I ended up going a bit long, putting myself about a 20-foot putt for birdie, as I did not play enough break there, but I did give myself a par opportunity. And I was really hoping that on the next 2 holes, I'm able to birdie one of these 2 holes like I did in the previous video. As we come to the par 517, 516 yards. Great opportunity here if you hit your drive to the right of those trees in that fairway, giving you an opportunity to reach the green in 2. As I line up my drive here, it's probably about 95, 97 degrees at the time, and end up striping my drive. Best drive of the day, 325 yards down the fairway, putting me up to about 191 yards or so. I go with a 7 or a 6 iron because of the heat, and I end up hitting it well, but I pulled my shot just a bit onto the hill left of the green here. Give myself a decent opportunity at maybe get myself close here. Not the easiest shot here, as it is kind of blind to this little video that I got here, but I put it at about like 5 or 6 yards away, maybe 4, so what, about 12, 15 yards, or sorry, 12, 15 feet. Give myself an opportunity here, and I'm like, don't leave it short, don't leave it short, and it lips out for birdie, and I par this hole. Now, if you've been paying attention, I'm 6 over, and this is the par 73, so we got a par 5, 460 yards out, and if I just par this, I will break 79. All I got to do is par it. Short par 5, water on the right, stay away from there, OB on the right, stay away from there, driving range on the left, and what do? I end up slicing my drive into that OB that I just said you want to stay away from, losing my 3rd ball of the day, which is honestly amazing with my up and down skills today, but puts me about 166 yards out with my 3rd shot now, and I almost lose this ball. This ball barely makes it, hits a rock, bounces back into fair play, and I have about a 34-yard shot here, and I try to flop it up there because I got a lot of room to carry, and I end up terribly flopping it short of the green, and I have to chip it for about 14 yards to convert, and I miss it. Barely breaks it left at the last second, too much, and just like that, I am scrambling to hit 80 right now for bogeying it, and I can't even miss it. I just clipped the edge there for a double bogey, which puts me at an 81 for the day. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of Ken Teed's Break 80. Unfortunately, I was not able to. If I would have just parred that short par 5, I would have been able to break 80 with a 79 6 over, but I doubled, and unfortunately that meant that I did not break 80 and ended up shooting an 81. Still a pretty solid day. A couple of my shots really bit me in the butt there, but had a good round, had a lot of fun. Was warm out there, so definitely felt pretty loose. I had a 325-yard drive on the 17th hole, which was huge. The guy that I was playing with got stuck behind a tree and ended up hitting it right onto the green for 2 and eagling out from 45 feet while I barely scrambled for par. So very frustrated with that, but you know, all in all, that's golf. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't checked out one of our episodes from our podcast, definitely check it out on Spotify or here on YouTube. But I'm gonna head out, and I'll see you guys next time. Again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and just remember, stay fly and go low.